What is a quail? What is a quiche? What is a quince?
And welcome back to the Retro Review. I am the Bearded Geek, joined by Mikey the Freak
What's up?
and Steve.
What do you mean you lost all the money?
If you have not figured it out, we are reviewing the movie White Men Can't Jump. But before we get into it, let's check out that trailer.
Yes, let's.
Oh,
You sounded a lot like Leguizamo.
Thank you. Leguizamo doing drag.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Too long,
that.
Foo.
I wasn't aiming for it.
It's hard work being this good.
It's pretty. It's so pretty.
Baby, give it up, turn it loose.
It's not about black.
I don't mean to brag, but I'm the greatest.
That's because you never saw me.
It's not about white.
Honey, I'm home.
How much money did you make today?
I missed you too.
I'm sorry, honey.
It's about green.
I want to find out how good you are, chump.
I'm your white shadow.
I'm the White Larry Bird.
Proposal for you, as if you don't mind hustling.
What kind of hustle?
$500, baby, and you can pick my teammate.
Give him the chump.
You mean play basketball?
Hey, pretty boy, I got something for you. Shut your anorexic, malnutrition, tapeworm having, overdose, Dick Gregory, Bahamian diet drinking ass up. Give me my money. I seen you hustle.
Hey, I never used no goofy white mother. Hey, who you calling goofy white mother? You goofy.
Fuck this. I'm gonna go back to my car and get all the guns.
How much do you
I'll
love
shoot
me?
all you motherfuckers.
I love you, infinity.
Oh, Billy, you're so stupid.
Me too.
You should have said I love you infinity plus infinity.
We shoot you, Billy, but first we want the money. There are rules to hustling. There's an ethics involved.
Yeah, that you wouldn't know a damn thing about.
Will you explain to this Gladys Knight and the pimps?
It's Pips, the Pips.
Winning and losing is all one big organic globule.
I hate it when you talk like that. You got that big Z in your fro, man. What are you, the Black Zorro?
What are you doing?
I'm doing two things.
What?
I'm making them mad. Most guys don't play good when they're mad.
Look, you know you're embarrassing me. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing I'm doing.
I only have 4 words for you. White men can't jump.
And there you have it. That is the trailer for White Men Can't Jump. A
Bearded
little bit.
Geek, why don't you tell us a little bit about this movie?
Why, sure, Steve. I sure will, buddy. Two basketball hustlers, Black Sidney Dean and White Billy Hoyle, joined forces to double their chances of winning money on the street courts as well as in a tournament.
I'm
So
so
that's-
confused. Is their first name Black and White?
And that's how IMDb had it, yeah.
So racist.
Hey, it is what it is. But yeah, it's basically all about basketball hustling on the streets, and then they want to enter a tournament. They hook up because they know that they're both really good, and they hustle other people for money, and they enter a tournament, win the tournament. And Billy can't dunk a basketball, so Sidney gets all of Billy's money because they bet him that he couldn't dunk a basketball, and then there you have it.
But then he dunks the basketball.
Then he does dunk the basketball at the final game. Sidney puts it up there, and Billy just.
Point.
I will say, back when this movie came out, I loved playing basketball. I would play basketball.
Every day.
Yes, at the courts at Eagle Lake where I grew up, and my friend's basketball hoop next door. I would travel places to play basketball. It was just so much fun to play basketball back in the day when I was younger. Never very good. I could shoot, but I couldn't dribble worth a shit. Definitely could not dunk. I could barely even jump and touch the net, but because white men can't jump. But yeah, this is actually one of my favorite basketball movies of all time. I put this top 3, if not, yeah, probably top 3. Definitely top 3 basketball movies all time, in my personal opinion. I loved Woody Harrelson's role in this movie. This was my first time seeing Woody Harrelson not in Cheers, so it kind of, when I first saw this for the first time, it kind of threw me off a little bit. So this was this was just a fun movie. I enjoyed this movie whole much, and oh my god, I fell in love with Rosie Perez. Damn, girl was fine. But there you have it.
Girl still is fine. Have you
This
seen
is
Yeah,
Ray?
she's still pretty hot now.
no, she's still hot, but I mean, back then, but she was probably at peak hotness. I mean, and you're gonna get a boob bump in this movie just because of Rosie Perez. So
Nip
yes,
slip. Love the nip
yes.
slips.
But that was a little bit more in my first impressions on rewatch. Steve, how about you? What was your first impression on rewatch?
This wasn't my rewatch. This was my first watch.
Ooh.
I really enjoyed this movie. I never it would the year that it came out, 92. I would have been 9 or 10 years old, so there's no way my parents would have wanted me to see this movie, knowing that it was the movie it was. Neither of my parents would have wanted to see, and so I didn't see it. Not that my parents didn't want me to see it. I take that. Yeah, I don't know. They're both dead. So are you looking? Yeah, they're right there, Mike. Those are my
Oh
dad.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. They're right there.
Hi, mom. Hi, dad.
That's my dad. No, I never saw this movie when I was a child, but it was a great first watch. I really enjoyed it. It takes you on an absolute. It takes you on a journey. It's got comedy. It's got drama. Uh, it's got a good, compelling story. Even up until the end. You know what I mean? Mikey,
How
what did
about
you think about it?
Mikey didn't care.
I didn't care. No, yeah, I do remember when this movie came out in '92. It was very popular. A lot of
Mhm.
basketball movies started to come out in the early to mid '90s, because of the Jordan era and the Bulls era. So they know basketball was very popular around that time. So there was a lot of
Mhm.
movies that we really enjoyed watching, and yeah, we played basketball almost every single day at the courts. We had a lot of friends. We were in a basketball like circle where all of
Mhm.
us we had somebody's house that we could go play if we wanted to just to practice. And they weren't home. We could just go and play for a little bit. We had the courts that were within walking distance, a couple blocks away. Um, so yeah, it was something that we really enjoyed at the time. Watching it now, I'd say it's a tough watch now because the acting is, to me, I don't think the acting is very good. It's very racial. Like everything about it is race. It's always about white, black. Even in the title, of course, white men can't jump. There's a lot of white men out there that can jump, but it was the premise of the movie, and of course, it was the '90s. Nobody gave a shit. To me, I didn't care white, black. It didn't make a difference in the fucking '90s. To me, it don't make a difference now. But there are some cringy moments where they do race and very stereotypical black basketball areas, the hood, the courts, and how beat up the courts are, and how they hustled a lot. That was a whole era of a genre that we didn't really know about at the time. Of course, we were young. But
Right.
other than that, I mean, it is a good movie. Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson does make a pretty good on-screen duo.
They really
Um,
do, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
they did like 3 or 4 movies together, right?
yeah.
Yeah, Money Train and oh, sorry, I don't want to get into your
No, no, no. They're
who
not
others
on.
else.
I don't have those movies on there, so you're
Okay.
good. Yeah, yeah. But no. But yeah. I mean, I think it was still a good movie even on the rewatch. Get past all the political bullshit, and it's a good movie. It's definitely still a good movie even to this day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I personally I'm gonna go ahead and get into ratings. I still enjoy this movie. I think it's a great movie. I'm gonna give it an 8, a solid 8. I enjoy the action in it when the basketball. I enjoy the camaraderie between the two characters. I just enjoyed the whole story of the movie. So for a sports movie, I definitely an 8 because sometimes it's hard to make a good sports movie. So, there's some good ones out there, but let's face it, a lot of times when you make a
Yeah.
sports movie, it's not that great. Steve, what
Mhm.
would you rate this movie?
I am also going to give it an 8 upon first watch. I'm not a big sports guy, not a big sports movie guy, but when the story is good enough and compelling enough, to make me not care about the sport. It's
Yeah.
something that I'm into. So this was a solid 8. I really loved the relationship and the story between Woody Harrelson and Rosie Perez, and just the heartbreak with all of that at the end, with him realizing sometimes when you win, you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mikey the Freak, how about you? How
Oh
would you rate
yeah.
this movie?
I agree, man. It's a solid 8 across the board. Yeah, I do. I'm the same way, Steve. I love the relationship building with them too, and realizing that she's gonna love him no matter what, even though he loses all the money. But then
Mm-hmm.
towards the end, she just says "fuck it" and she leaves. And maybe he is better off without her. She goes and does her thing, and he continues doing what he loves to do all the whole time. So sometimes you're with those people that you think are the right people, and sometimes it just you think they are, but they're not, and you
Yep.
got to leave. So I mean, it happens. But yeah, I mean, the relationship was good throughout the entire movie, and it was mostly, you always focus on the basketball, and of course, he owed a shitload of money, and it is what it is. So you have that side of the movie, and he has a gambling problem, so they bring that in a lot. That's why he lost his half of the $5,000 because they prove he couldn't jump. White men can't jump, so he couldn't dunk the basketball. He ends up dunking in the big tournament at the end to win.
Yep. Very
So
true.
they kind of go back and solidify that maybe white men can jump.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
put it down.
If Larry Bird had been in this movie, it would have been a completely different story.
This is true.
Exactly.
This is true. All right. Some interesting, or maybe just facts about this movie. The,
They're
the
no fun.
category.
They're not fun anymore.
Yeah, no, they're not fun anymore. The category foods to start with the letter Q was an actual category on an October 1997 episode of Jeopardy.
Cool.
NBA player Gary Payton made an uncredited appearance as an unidentified street baller. Did you
Cool.
catch that one, Mike? Because I know
No.
you're a Peyton fan. Because you
Yeah, I
always used to
didn't.
say, I remember going to the courts and we would be like, "I'm Shaq,"
Oh
and you'd
yeah.
be like, "I'm Peyton, I'm Gary."
Yeah, because we'd always try to come up with like the 92, 94 All-Star game or
Yeah.
pick players and that kind of stuff.
Wesley and Woody played high school football teammates in Wildcats.
That was another one.
So,
Oh, that was the other
yeah,
one. Yeah,
Goldie
yeah,
Hawn. You see
yeah, that's
Goldie
a
Hawn.
good
yes.
movie.
You see Goldie Hawn topless in that movie.
Yeah.
Mm, yes. All right, that is all I have for facts that may be fun. That's the new name of it. Facts that may be fun.
I think you
Steve,
should
what?
bring back. I think you should bring back props for sale. So for soundtracks, we have Mood Indigo, How to Act, performed by College Boys, Simpin, performed by Boys to Men, I Got You, I Feel Good, by James Brown, Freezing 'em by Level 3. Let me make it up to you
That's not in
tonight.
the Pips.
It's Pips.
That's not in the Pips.
By Jody Watley. Jump for It by Jesse Johnson. I Take What I Want, written by Isaac Hayes. Purple Haze. See, you can listen, but you can't hear. Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix. He Stopped Loving Her Today by George Jones. Careless Love by Ray Charles. Area Code 213 by Booyah Tribe.
Booyah.
Can You Come Out and Play by the OJs. The Best Things in Life are Free. A to the K by Cypress Hill. Super Bad by James Brown. If I Lose by Aretha Franklin. Fakin' the Funk by Main Source. Watch Me Do My Thing by Lipstick. The Hook by Queen Latifah. Gloria. Jeopardy Theme. White Men Can't Jump performed by Riff. Never Let 'Em See You Sweat by Go West. And I'm Going Up by B.B. Winans and C.C. Winans.
I gotta say, it's a pretty solid soundtrack, to tell you the truth.
Very long
For the-
fucking track is what it
Yeah,
is.
it's a long soundtrack, but it's a good soundtrack. Mikey the Freak, what do we have for related reels?
The fuck kind of voice is that?
Is that going to be my
Related
introduction?
reel.
Is that my introduction now?
Ladies and
No,
gentlemen,
just
Reels.
someone do me a solid. Just cut that first related reels. Just clip it. The last podcast you'd want at gmail.com. Just somebody clip it and send me just that bit. Please and thank you. Go back to related reels.
Please. Because we got to reuse that shit. That's hilarious. All right. So, Woody Harrelson, movies like The Hunger Games, Zombieland, and of course his role in Cheers. So if you haven't seen Cheers, those are good.
Where he plays
Let's go. Wesley Snipes. We done Demolition Man before. New Jack City. Some of his older work, and of course Blade,
mhm.
which he should be reprising his role. I think he's still reprising his role soon.
I don't think he's going to actually be Blade. I think he may have a cameo in the movie, but I don't know if he's actually going to be Blade.
I thought they were going to do him like in a
Yeah.
multiverse
It's going to be
Blade.
multiverse Blade, and
I
then
thought
Maybe.
so.
and then for no reason Morbius shows up and they fucking kill him.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I
And
liked
then,
him in Passenger 57 as well. That was a good
that
one.
was a
Always
good
been-
one.
always
He's
been-
got tons of good movies. Tons of good movies. And Wildcats. You mentioned that one. That's an oldie but goodie. Rosie Perez. So I put on there. It could happen to you with
Nick
Nicolas Cage. The other guys, where she plays herself. And then the Pineapple Express, which is the last movie I remember her in, other than this one, is the Pineapple Express.
Well, you should watch Birds of Prey. Have you seen Birds of Prey?
I haven't.
Oh, it's on HBO Max. Watch it. It's so good. I'm probably going to watch it tonight.
The movie? Oh,
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
the Harley Quinn movie?
Yeah. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
I'll watch it tomorrow at work.
All right, well, as we come to a close, make sure you do all the YouTuber things. Give us a good old thumb and hit that like, subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you thought of White Man Can't Chip. Make sure you check out the sister channel to Back to the Retro Review, the Mod Squad Network, where we have some shows over there, and we go live every Saturday night with a giveaway. All right, that does it for this episode of Back to the Retro Review. So for Mike the Freak and Steve, I am the Bearded Geek saying, if we don't see you again, thank you for being a friend.
And yes, I can't jump either.
Oh, yeah.